Alright, here we go. I've discovered this on my phone and it seems to be recording, which is quite handy. If it works. My eyes are looking kind of dim because I'm looking down at it instead of looking at it. My, this eye is quite kind of dim. Anyway, we're not here to discuss my makeup clothes. Oh, that's interesting. Right, sure. Bear with me. What am I doing here? What inspired this? There's something on about the Queen, and we've got to thank our National Health Service workers, and we've got to do this, and there's all, she's on the TV, and wow, and all the royalists, yay! I think the first thing the Queen should do is discover a bit of humility, a bit of honesty, have a serious look at herself and her own bank balance, and keep her mouth shut, and just put money where her put your money where your mouth is, dear. Seriously. I mean, I don't care. She's a queen. I have no respect for any of those type of people at all. Never have done. Probably something to do with the poverty upbringing in Glasgow. Slums of Glasgow in the 50s. Shocking business. Where was the Queen then? Where was her mates, all her buddies? They were all horse riding and polo and tea on the green. Royal Ascot, Royal Ascot. Let's go after the horses. Let's go to the Gigi's. Driving about in the Rolls Royces and all that disgusting, disgraceful, disgusting indulgence. And we've stood back and we've allowed and we've supported it, even when they get found out they were dodging their taxes, and they weren't really paying taxes. And that's not just, that's the whole family we're talking about here, not just her. But she's the head of the family. Totally disgraceful. Why do people in this country put up with this stuff? It is truly and utterly astonishing. She she has no benefit at all to this country. None whatsoever. She's just an expense that this country can't afford. Yeah. My little message on, I don't know, what was it on? I was on YouTube, somebody talking about it. Yeah, give us 100 million of your money, you still have enough left over to build a hospital. And let's everybody who's able make a weekly donation to the National Health Service Fund to be organised and run by trustworthy people to make sure that the emergency services, that are never short of any money, and that there is enough hospitals and enough beds and enough staff, and that we are then, we the people, are running the show. We the people. What's that called again? That's called one of those, what do they call it? A co-op, a cooperative. I was listening to a rather well-known finance guy. What's it called again? Wolf. Richard Wolf. I recommend him because I'm not the sharpest knife in the box, but I was really interested in what he was saying and I could understand him, which was cool. Richard Wolf, the American bloke, and he spoke well about the vagaries of our finance system, and I think, if I remember rightly, he was seriously promoting the cooperative. And that's excellent stuff. It's up to the people, you know. It's up to the people, and to rich people as well. Get together with your mates and set up a cooperative. Just Pete Townsend's lyric. Let's see action. Let's see people. Let's find out who really cares. Well, yeah, people like Pete Townsend. No, sure he probably does more than enough in charitable works. But get all your people together and just set up a cooperative. And other people in the same position as Pete Townsend, let's see action, let's see people, let's find out who really cares. I'd give it 10 quid a week. 10 quid a week, I'd do it. No, I'm a pensioner. And wow, there's solutions, but it's up to the people to make it happen. Don't sit there, just uh, keyboard warrior and all that stuff, and just shouting and bawling about stuff. Action. Let's find out who really cares. Anyway, I set out to. I was distracted by that, deflected, because what I generally talk about is Alcoholics Anonymous and how it doesn't work. It's not good. It's not good at all. And yet here we are. We're in a position now where they can't have AA meetings. Most people who go to AA meetings go to stay sober. It helps keep them sober, which is not the actual purpose of an AA meeting. And all these people are now cast out. Um, God only knows what's happening to them if they don't have the program. And this makes my point. The AA doesn't work. What AA should do is, well, we have been gifted the 12-step recovery program, which is truly remarkable. A remarkable book. I defy anybody to read it and not be seriously impressed by it. Just any normal kindergarten ordinary person with a bit of intelligence to read it and think, wow, there's something going on there. One, I was doing a counselling course in my early recovery, and I thought that was a good idea to get into this counselling course and regale them with AA and all of that stuff, which I did. And the counsellor, woman, I took the book in to promote it, basically. Yeah, hey, look, this is it. Wow, I've done this stuff, and this is how I live my life. And that was 20 years ago. Yeah, easy 20 years ago. So I was pretty naive and kind of gung ho and just diving in there without thinking and all of that childlike stuff. But she came back to me. She asked if she could have a look at the book, so she took it away for a week or 2 weeks, and she came back and she handed me it back and she said, "This whole course is in that book," and I just, wow, that really. I'm moving to turn down the. I've got the sound on in these headphones. Nigel Farage is on his weekly show or whatever. Here's another one. Give us some of your money, Nigel. We want your money. Shut up. Something like that. I can't see, my eyes are looking terrible here. I look like a doddery old man. But anyway, it's how I sound that matters. Back to the task at hand. Yeah, this whole course is in that book. This was a book written by a bunch of ex-drunks who'd have screwed up a two-car funeral. They'd have argued where to put a full stop. And yet here's this counsellor saying this whole course is in that. And part of my awakenings, one of my awakenings was this book was created by a higher power. God, keep it easy, keep it simple. Allah, if you want Allah, say that. But, with some reservation. But this book was inspired. They were inspired to write this book, this bunch of ex-drunks. And I believe that the power who inspired it used the drunks, because if you could think of a worse person than an alcoholic, in everyday life, not any extremes examples, but in everyday life, You, alcoholics, don't like them. Horrible people. They're always getting drunk, they're always arguing, they're always shouting, they're singing and making a fool of themselves and looking for attention like children. They're worse people. So God decided to pick these people, God inverted commas, decided to pick these people as an example to everyone. If these alkies can do this, you can do it. As opposed to thinking, yeah, well done, the alkies, yeah, do well, good luck to me, well done. When in actual fact, these people are saying that, hey, we should follow the path. This is a huge example. Because most people, not alcoholics, not drug addicts, might have other sorts of problems to a lesser degree, but most people need to understand how their childhood moulded and affected them and created them. I was created. Why do you behave the way you behave? Don't know. What, did your mother behave that way? Did your father behave that way? Well, now you think about it. Yeah, well, let's have a closer look at. God, blimey, you're right. Because yeah, oh, and there's good and there's bad, and wow, that's fascinating. There you go. You highlight it to them. You illustrate it to them. You inspire them. Wow. So back to these wee alkies who are stuck without a meeting. If any of you happen to come across this, uh, then I'm going to talk you through the program. So sit back, relax. It won't take long. Don't worry about it because it's simple. And there's a chance that you probably might not have heard any of this stuff. So this bunch of ex-drunks got together in 1939 and decided that they discovered this program of recovery, and they decided to preserve it and put it into a book. So they created this book, the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. You can read about it. It's got loads of stuff on YouTube, loads of history and stuff like that. And so there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And they created this remarkable book because they had worked on them. Yeah, we've recovered. Don't think that way anymore. And when I do think that way, I challenge it. I think that's cognitive behavioural therapy, CBT. Cognitive. I don't know what it is. I went to a grammar school, by the way. I did. I left when I was 14. Nobody missed me. That's not beauty as well. 14-year-old, I left and nobody missed me. I took my art stuff with me and that was it, gone. I could have been an artist. I did become an artist. A piss artist. And I'm not laughing at it because it's not funny. On this planet than any other, and somebody said all other illnesses put together. That's how viral it is. So talking about viral, uh, and this book consisted of 12 steps, and they invite you to follow their path. You know, read the first 3 chapters. That covers are you or are you not an alcoholic? Trying to help you to decide. They need you to decide. Are you powerless? Hmm. Huh. What do you mean powerless? Well, when you want to stop, can you? No. When you start, can you control the amount you drink? No. Can you agree that that's powerless? See, they don't say accept because you've not got a solution to it at this moment in time. But if you can agree, then we'll go on to the acceptance part later. Oh, okay, right, fine. Right, so if you're powerless, that's step 1, identified. Powerless. You can read the first 3 chapters if you want, but they're not really necessary. Uh, so if you're powerless, you need a power. At the start of chapter 4, chapter to the agnostics, because they're not going to. They don't talk to the atheists because the atheists can't have this program because they won't be able to agree in a higher power. The atheists believe that they're in control of everything. So there you go. Fine. If I remember rightly, the first paragraph of page of chapter 4, working with chapter 2, the agnostic, it kind of covers in the first paragraph where it says, when you want to stop, can you? No. When you start, can you control the amount you drink? No. So can you agree that you might have a problem and you might need this program that we've got? Yeah, I can do that. Now, if you can't agree to the first two steps, then go away. Bye bye. Don't hang about. We don't need you hanging about because you'll just cause trouble. You'll just confuse them up. You come up with your own ideas. And that's what's happened in AA. That's why AA doesn't work. And that's why I'm talking to you just now. If AA worked, I wouldn't be talking to you. AA fails miserably when it should succeed spectacularly. Yeah, so there you go. These people have to be chased. Go away. Come back when you're ready. There's a fiver. Go and have a drink. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Please for you. If you can't, then you'll need this program. But you have to make your mind up. That's cool. AA doesn't do that, and that's why there's so many people in AA just make up as they go along. They come and tell stories. Share about whatever, but nothing about the program because they don't know the program. It's got so bad that people like me are chased. I'm a message carrier. I'm a big book thumper. I'm a step Nazi. Step Nazi. I've heard me being called that. A guy called me at once and I said, I tapped on the shoulder, I said, excuse me, mate. I said, it's a step Nazi thing. He said, yeah. I said, what kind of program are you practicing when you make that such a statement? Oh, yeah. Well, you're just a big book thumper. You're the, yeah. And this is somebody who is still stuck in childhood. Get the thinking of a child and the reactions of a child, although in an adult, which can be a bit scary. Classic alcoholic, stuck in child and doesn't know it. He's at an AA meeting and he's been constructively criticised by me. But he still doesn't get it. Because he goes to another meeting the next night and he gets the same old stuff that he needs to keep him going. And there's no consistency. You've got to feel sorry for him. Because I'm pretty sure people like him, if they went to regular meetings and they got the regular message, then they would go through the program and they would recover. And I know that through experience because I've taken near 500 and 400 people through this program in the last 27 years, 25 years. Say. Sounds a lot, but it's not really when you divide it by 25 per year. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. And that's just me. That's just me. And you don't have to believe me. Don't have to believe me. Just listen to what I'm saying about this book and then go and look at it in the book. It's reinforced, and what I'm saying is reinforced in the book, and just follow their path. So yeah, right, so you're powerless, so you need a power. The people who wrote the book discovered a power. Oh yeah. Power greater than themselves. Do you want to follow their path? This is the big invitation. Do you want to follow their path? At this moment in time, they're making suggestions. As soon as you decide that you want to follow their path, yeah, if you want what they've got, and you're willing to go to any lengths, then they will start giving you instructions on what to do. Hello, Laurie. There's a wee guy over in Chelmsford. He claims to be 30 odd years sober. I don't know why they do that because they can't back it up, you know. And it doesn't matter. But But there, he gets upset when you talk about it being a book of instruction. It's a book of suggestions, he says. And, fair dues to the guy because if we believe he's 30 odd years sober, and he was a journalist, so he's a man of words, a man of letters, words. And I think, would he not? There you go, cunning, baffling, and powerful. A professional man of words doesn't notice that, hey, wait a minute, yeah, initially, until you take up the invitation, they're only suggesting things to you. They're not certainly not going to fall into the trap of telling you what to do, because alkies don't like that, and they know their subject. Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, that's right. That's what they do as well. So it's in the book. Because when you take up that invitation to follow their path, if you want what we've got, and you're willing to go to any lengths, then you're ready to take certain steps. They then, that's it. We launch out the course of vigorous action. You've made the decision. All right. And if you're going to follow their path, you will have to follow their instructions. Oh, there you go, Laurie. Spiritual awakening. You would probably find some way of denying it. It's quite astonishing, some of the people I've met. Quite astonishing. Rather than just accept a simple truth, which is there in the book, they would twist and turn to get themselves out of it. Just astonishing. One of the reasons why he is in trouble is because of old guys like him. You know, the old sober ones. Sit at the back of the little groups. About this programme. Oh, there's wee Jimmy as well. Let's not forget wee Jimmy was constructively criticising. Yeah, constructively criticising wee Jimmy. What did he say? He came up to our meeting once with. It's the best meeting in South East England because it's a topic discussion meeting, and the AA gives you the topics, so you're discussing AA, and that's what we do for an hour. We discuss at least 5 or 6 topics, and we get a reasonable conversation out of it. And wee Jimmy came over with his Rottweiler too. He was Scottish as well, this character. I met him a few weeks ago. They don't look you straight in the eye, it's just amazing. It's absolutely astonishing. Well, he came up with his Rottweiler, wee Jimmy. Wee Jimmy was probably in his 70s, he's a wee guy. You know, like a wee Glasgow hard man. And he came and changed the meeting. He said, well, come and shut this meeting down because what you're doing is wrong. What do you mean what we're doing is wrong? It's none of your business what we're doing. And he wanted to start fighting with me. You know? And he's a tiny little thing, you know. I'm 6 foot, 4 stone overweight, or 3 stone overweight. And it was quite pathetic. But the secretary, she used to run a bar in the rough part of town. She sorted it out. I was quite surprised. But she was there, she was right in there. So we never saw wee Jimmy again. But wee Jimmy's the kind of guy who talks about, that's what is it called? Express train to heaven. Yeah, that's a microwave recovery. What are you talking about? If you read the book, you'll see that what you're saying is complete and utter tosh. Sorry, I'm just making an adjustment to these headphones. I was wee Jimmy, he was coming to shut the meeting down. Couldn't believe it. And this guy claims to be 30 odd years sober. And that's how shocking it is. That's how shocking it is. Does he take people through the programme? It'd be hard to imagine it. And the other wee guy, Laurie, same again. Be hard to imagine it. When here you are, you've got a book of instructions. Follow the instructions. Bleep. That's what we're doing. So here we are. We're at step 3. Made the decision. Who did? They did. Every step begs a question. How did they do it? And every question is answered in the first 103 pages of the book. You don't study it. Stupid to study it. It's a book of instructions. Because I tell you that. Follow the clear-cut, precise instructions. Yeah, that's... If you follow, you'll get where you got if you follow the clear-cut, precise instructions. What's to that effect? Right? And, so the question is, came to believe. Who did the people who wrote the book? What did they come with? That a power greater than themselves could restore them to sanity. Right, okay, so what do we do? We launch, now that you've taken the invitation, we can now instruct you. We're not suggesting anymore, this is instruction. Well, we'll launch out the course of vigorous action. First part of which is a personal house cleaning. All right, take a moral inventory. Didn't know what moral meant. The man had to tell me. Moral, and I'm not even so sure if he was that accurate, because I just believe what he said. He said it's the truth, it's looking for the truth. A moral inventory is looking for the truth. Okay, fine, no problem with that, because I'm happy with this man, because this man's won my confidence, and rightly so. The problem was that he told me that I had to study the book before I'd done the steps, which is so wrong, it's unbelievable. But I managed to survive it, and his direction after that was fine. Right, it was as it is in the book. Everything I ask you to do, you will find it in the book. It will not be my opinion. And anything else that isn't in the book, then treat it as my opinion. Right, that's good. That's nice and reassuring. Right, I'm 40 years of age. I think, yeah. I'm 40 years of age with the mind of a child, and I don't know it. And what's more, I don't know that I don't know. Cunning, baffling, and power. Get your head around that. When he first said that to me, God, I mean, good God. And learn to listen and listen to learn. What? I went to grammar school. I think I mentioned that earlier. I went to grammar school. And this man's saying things to me that's making me think, what? Just learn to listen. And if you learn to listen, then you listen to learn. You're at a meeting and they're sharing round the room. So they start off sharing round the room and you're listening to these people. And what's you listening to these people? I'm thinking, what am I going to say? You're not listening to anything that's been said. You're only thinking about what you're going to say. And maybe pick up on a bit, or maybe it's somebody who's done a chair, shared their experience, strength and hope, good grief. So you're thinking that that's getting, and then under pressure when it's coming nearer to me, and then blah, 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 blah. Talk a load of rubbish basically. And possibly because the load of rubbish has been talked anyway, 90% of the time. And then it would move on to the next. And when it was moving on to the next one, I was too busy thinking about what I had said. So I was thinking about what I was going to say and not listening to anything that was going on. And then thinking about what I had said and not listening to anything. Probably not a bad thing actually in reflection. But the man made the point. You're not thinking, if you're not listening, you have to learn to listen. So you have to shut that stuff out and just focus on. And then, if you are listening then, you will learn to listen and listen to learn. And he gave me an exercise to do actually. He says, well, how many meetings you do a week? I say, at least 5. She said, right, so for the next couple of weeks, don't share. You can introduce yourself. Pleased to be here, whatever else, but don't share. And I'd done that. And one night, I think it was the second or third night, it was up by an army barracks up the other side of Royston, or Royden on the way up to Cambridge. And I felt my stomach. And it's as though there was a snake in my stomach unfurling. And I now realised, took a wee while to realise, that was my stomach muscles. I've been so tense all my life, it was just natural and normal to be that way. And I I could actually feel my stomach muscles unravelling. You know, like the snake when it unravels. That was astonishing. Absolutely remarkable. I don't know if anybody else has ever had that feeling. There you go. But it was remarkable. So there you go. Listen, learn to listen, and listen to learn. And that's how the man disciplined me. Don't share in the means, so that all you're doing is listening. And then I had that physical reaction, a spiritual awakening, spiritual, to be in spirit, to be inspired. This unfurling inspired me because it told me you're onto something here. That's what spiritual means, by the way, for me and for Alcoholics Anonymous. Without stuff, and you know, if you're lucky enough to be picked, you'll get it. You will get it because it's there. If you have the correct direction. I'd done this off the cuff because I discovered this phone thing. I don't even know if it's going to work. Uh, but even back, you know, you go back to page 18 of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and there's a person described in that book without whom little or nothing can be achieved. And that person is the ex-problem drinker who's found this solution, spiritual experience, and who's in possession of the facts about himself. Oh, how did he do that? He'd done the steps. He took the steps. And it goes down at the bottom of the page, it then goes on to say, talk about this person, and how the group is supposed to be introduced you to this person, and without whom little or nothing can be achieved. And yet, in Alcoholics Anonymous, the newcomer is given the responsibility of finding a sponsor. How ridiculous can that be? And it almost crippled me. And in my experience over the past 25 years, it's crippled a lot of people because they ended up sitting in my sitting room discussing that kind of stuff and putting it firmly in its place. Well, the number of people I've had that conversation with and are just blown away because they thought it was them. No. Again about this wee woman who started crying. I said, "Why are you crying?" She was writing down her resentment list, which we're moving on to. Here's a taster for you the way it happens in Alcoholics Anonymous. That this sponsor told her that she had written down on step 4 that she resented her father because he had sexually assaulted her. And this sponsor, full of this having to make amends to people you resent, told her that she'd have to make amends to her father. She cracked up. She went back drinking again. She could. Why are you crying? I'm getting a bit panicky as well because I was quite new at it. So, why are you crying? And she told me about a sponsor who told her that this is what she had to do because she resented her father for sexually abusing her. He then said, "You have to follow the book and you have to go and make amends to that person," which is total rubbish, by the way. Complete and utter rubbish, because there are quite a lot of resentments which are totally justifiable as long as we put them in their place. And that wee woman put a big smile on her face and took her through the rest of the steps, and off she went. And I don't know what happened to her, but there's one thing for sure: she wasn't burdened with that rubbish. Some of these sponsors are criminal; they really are criminal. And I was so pleased to be a part of that. So pleased to be a part. I've met some weird and wonderful people in my adventures with this program. Weird and wonderful. Some of them a bit scary as well. 2 or 3. Anyway, I digress. But taught them this feeling. So, right. So you launch out the course of vigorous action. First part of which is personal house cleaning. You do. You take the steps. You take steps 4. Step 4. Moral inventory. You write down the list. A4 paper down the left hand side. You write down the list of the people you resent, and you put 4 or 5 lines below it. You draw a line across. So that's for each name. Then you draw another line down the right hand side and you put in there a heading, In the middle column, you put down, in the left hand column, you put down, I resent my mother. In the middle column, the cause of what she done to me, da da da. And in the final column, the third column, the parts of me affected. I was a cracker, I didn't know anything about that. It was all about emotional stuff and all that. Part of me affected. But it's in the book, chapter 5. It gives you the example about how you can resent people and da da da. And the cause. So I resent the cause, and part of me affected was my personal relations, my private relations, my sexual relations. Was it financial? Did it cost me money? This resentment against this person? Did they rip me off? Did they betray me? I trust, you know. Did they have an affair with my wife or whatever? And yeah, pretty accurate example. They give you that type of example in the book. So it's, I resent my mother, the cause, the way she treated me, and the part of me affected, personal relations, whatever. Yeah. And you don't write out a whole story. You just write out little buzzwords, you know, it's just to remind you points, you know. You don't write a whole story about it. You don't write down every example. You do each column one at a time. You don't do it across the way, because by the time you're halfway down the page, you think, oh yeah, well that affects that one back there again, so I have to, and you end up back editing it. And once you start doing that, you end up lost. And then the alky was the alky, it just chucks it away. Can't be bothered. So stick to the column. Write down the left hand column the name of the person, and then once you've done that, so yeah, you've got the list of names, then you've got the causes, and then you've got the parts affected. Yeah, but talk with a man about it, put it into perspective, right, okay, right, we're okay with that, yeah, we're okay with that, right, fine. So I've now got a list of people, and we've now worked out that there's people that might be being a bit hard on them, or maybe they'd been a bit hard, maybe I wasn't hard enough, you know, just working out what's their stuff and what's my stuff, and getting it as accurate as you possibly can. You have to get back to the list, setting aside the wrongs of others. Oh God, what? Setting aside the wrongs of others, we looked at our part. Where we, what was it? We rigorously looked for our part. What was our mistake? What part of us was at fault? It's all there. All that stuff, all those headings I was telling you, it's all there. You see it? So, right, so I've got to get back and I've got to figure out, oh God. So, right, so that person wasn't quite right, okay. And so I get to learn. I get to learn. Discernment. Hey, that's a big word, there. Discernment. I'm able to work out what's my stuff and what's your stuff. And this is going back to a child. This is just remarkable, this whole business. Yeah, and it's just phenomenal. You also use that with your resentments against institutions, which if you grow up in poverty, you'll have a lot of resentments against institutions, and there's no avoiding it. And then you have the resentments, you have your problem with principles. There's principles I don't like, there's principles I resent. Simple ones like taxing my car, insuring my car, you know, I resented everything because it took money. Whatever, it was all to do with money for drink. Uh, and a lot of stuff as well. So there you go, that's your step four done. You discuss it with a man, he cuts through all the crap, you know. And so by the time you finish with your step five, you've got a pretty good idea where it's at. Pretty clear picture of you blown away. You return home. Because I was at the man's house. I was sitting out in his little greenhouse, August. It was an August day. Month it was. August 94. August 94. So there you go. I've got this list. People have got this list of names, and I now know who I resent and who I have to who I have to go and make amends to, and who I actually resent. You know, I have to try and pray for them. Yeah, but not right now. You know, as we go along, as we grow in this program. Right, fine. Thanks for that. Good stuff. I have to look at sexual conduct, which was not really bad and not good. Generally motivated by drink. I was a driving instructor, and that does lead to it. Does true what the stories say. Yeah, and there was I, knocking about with a couple of females. You think my wee wife sitting at home suffering? She wasn't suffering. She was using my behaviour as an excuse for her behaviour. It's classic how this works out. That's why lots of women are quite happy to be, not quite happy to be, but if you talk to them about it and they found out why they tolerated their alcoholic, because they got off on it. Oh dear, wow. Uh, Rationalisation and justification, that's a good one. Alkies are good at that. But anyway, I digress. I digress. So I return home. So that's a day, right? Read it, page 76. More page 76, 75, 76. And when it talks about it, you know, take down the book, have a think about it for a while, and have a look through it and see that you're satisfied with what you've done. That seems pretty sensible, reasonable. Yeah, okay, fine, I am. Uh, that brings me to step six. I have a look at step six. What do you mean have a look? I go to step meetings and they tell me I have to do things. I say, well, read it as it is in the book, John. Just read it as it is. And I read it and I was so, you know, step six, you know, right, okay, fine, there's some people that you don't like and some of them are a bit difficult and you just say a prayer on it. Step seven is a prayer. And with the guidance of the man as well. Because some of them can be difficult, and some of them are perfectly understandable and acceptable, as with the wee woman. Wow, I like to think that saved that wee woman's life. I really, for her, for me, and then she smiled. Wow, fantastic! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, tears of joy. Wow, just back to that stuff if I need some sort of inspiration. If I'm feeling down, feeling a bit low, feeling a bit sorry for myself maybe. Switch into this stuff. Well, gratitude. Well, gratitude's a big one. And this is how you get gratitude, by doing this stuff and understanding how you became what you became. Dynamite, mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. So yeah, that's it. There's some stuff that I'm not too happy about, but we're going to have to put that in the back burner, pray on it, fine. But that doesn't stop us from moving on. Steps. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Look, you don't do nothing. Let's have a look at steps 8 and 9. Step 8, made a list of people who harmed. Made. Past tense. Done it when we took inventory. All right. Done it when we took inventory. Step 4. Yes. You've got a list of people. That was step 4. So now you know. with the people that you've got to make amends to, and make direct amends whenever possible, and set aside the wrongs, and just focusing on where you had been wrong. All right, okay. So people who slip up on this stuff with step 9, think back if I'd done it with everybody. Some people it's impossible, but I'd done it with enough people to get quite a bit of amazing feedback from some of them. Yeah, amazing feedback. Especially the wee guy who thought he was at fault because I was angry with him. He was going about for years thinking it was him, and there was me telling him I shouldn't have done that and I shouldn't have done. Oh, wow! And it was me thinking it was me all that time. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really do hope you can. I hope you can forgive me. Ask for forgiveness. Don't say you're sorry. You ask for forgiveness. Yeah, and then you give the power to them. They've got the power. Do I forgive you or don't I forgive you? That's a wonderful place for them to be. And lots of people are seriously impressed by people making amends to them. Seriously impressed. Buzz, you can talk about it. You can tell the way my voice rises. And this is so simple. And this is my step 9. It's an ongoing step. And then it brings me, to all intents and purposes, we have recovered. If you read on from step 9, page 80, I think it's page 85, bottom of page 85, what are the promises? I used to go to this meeting because they read out the promises. That was it. And it was only for one promise. We will intuitively know. See, they're talking about themselves all the time. We will intuitively know. Maybe not because what is the book? Books there. We will no we the talking about themselves. We will intuitively know how to handle things that used to baffle us. Always talking about themselves. Uh, I didn't know what that meant. And it took me a while to find out. But I just loved hearing it. I just loved hearing it out of the step 9 promises. That was the one that really turned me on. I then found out what intuitive meant. To do something intuitively, to do it without having to think about it, just automatic. Like driving your car, wash your face, brush your teeth. You don't think, you just do it. There's no. It's just automatic. What a buzz! Intuitively things are just. To all intents and purposes, we have now recovered. What? Yes, you have. As long as you read it. You read it. Step 10, page 86. Continue to take personal inventory. Right. Because any business that doesn't take inventory goes bust. So I'm going to have to continue to take inventory. This is my life here. Very simple, really, when you think about it. Very simple. So there you go. I'm now at step 10. Continue to take inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admit it. Continue to take personal inventory. See, we've moved on from a moral inventory. We're now in this place of this is a daily thing. This is about personal stuff on a daily basis. Why not do it the way you done your step 4 inventory? It's pretty effective. Pretty effective. And you're keeping that list, and I've still got a big folder up there from 1997, I think. If I need to pick up, I just go back and look at that stuff and remember when I was new about and look at my gratitudes. Including my 2 kids. That's another story. very sick. I understand why. I understand why. I don't care what she does to me and what she has done to me. I mean, she ripped me off for 50,000 quid. Thanks. Which is that actually? That's the way she was thinking. Get rid of the money in myself. And then she goes off and gets herself another guy. I understand that game, the game that she's playing. I understand it now. Because more than she does. And that's one of those resentments that I'm not going to forgive. For any forgiveness for that. Because it's totally justified. Upsets me. And anyway, there we go. Step 10. Do that on a daily basis. Any business that doesn't take inventory goes bust. So do it on a daily basis until it becomes intuitive. That's just remarkable, isn't it? Step 11. So, no. Turned our life down. Words to that effect. My memory's really getting bad. Really getting bad. Uh, and I've got a bad back, you see. Once I get in a comfortable position, it's not good to see the trouble I go to for you lot. Hold on. I do hope this phone thing works because it's really handy, especially for my personal diary, which I've got. Oh, hold on. I'll be with you in a second. Yes, there. Alcoholics Anonymous. Pretty from me, looks like. Anyway, yes. Alcoholics Anonymous, right. Page 86. Page 79 with the blue tape. Chapter 7, don't trust in this. Trust in this. Page 7. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. It's not late enough either. Oh, John, this is ridiculous. Where the list of steps. You know, I used to know this stuff back to front. And, I could quote every page and verse for verse. That's why they call me a big book thumper. No, that's not right. This. Continue to take inventory. They were wrong, promptly admit it. Was that it? I made a personal inventory. Oh, so it's back here. But this is wrong. I'm wondering. No, I don't know how to do this. Anyway, stop trying, you silly busy. Step 10. Continue to take inventory, personal inventory. The when we were wrong, promptly admit it. That's fine. I'm doing the inventory the same as I done the inventory in step 4. And I do that until it becomes intuitive. Sorry about that. The etiquette. Until it becomes intuitive. That's right. That's it. Job done. As long as you carry this message. You carry the message, it keeps it as fresh in your mind. So you never lose it. And so you're recovered. To all intents and purposes. That's a 12-step recovery program of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I've taken 55 minutes, could probably have done it in half an hour, with all my waffling about and whatever else, and performing if there was any performance there. All of these things. I've got a false tooth as well. Could have put that in. Bloody nuisance, that's all it is. Because it was free to National Health. So, hopefully, somebody who doesn't have this program and who can't get to a meeting comes across this. Or hopefully somebody who does come, if somebody comes across it, just get it out there. Let people know it's there. That's it. And everything I say is in the book. Hopefully you can understand. It's not so much my Scottish accent, it's just that I tend to mumble, you know. And people have got to listen to it. I'm afraid to press this red button, but I'm pretty sure there'll be instructions come up. So I should roll and have a go, but once again, you just follow those clear-cut, precise instructions in that book. Find that person on page 18. Go to a meeting and ask them, I'm looking for this person. Where is he? And you will recognise that person. That person will make themselves known to you. I'm sorry, I don't really know why I'm saying that. And so you go to a meeting and they immediately, right, you're coming with me. Because that's what doesn't happen. And that's why AA doesn't work. That person should make that approach to you. Not you. Should never be your responsibility at all. You know, just fed up with you. Talk to a newcomer. Yeah, just get to meetings and find yourself a sponsor. They don't come back. Well, I've got to find myself a sponsor. Shut up. I can have what? My life's in ruins because of the decisions I make. And here you're asking me to make a decision. These people don't realise. This puts them off. These people don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand who they're talking to. Why should I bother coming back here? Find yourself a sponsor. Oh. That's how bad it is. That they should supply the sponsor. They have the person's characteristics. So, you know, the ex-problem drinker found the solution. Possession of the facts about himself. There you go. Couldn't be any clearer. But don't forget, when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, I had the mind of a 10-year-old. And I didn't know it. Ask anybody about an alcoholic. It's an adult child, isn't it? Whether you're in the pub kicking off or you're in your own house kicking off. Or you're kicking off with the neighbours or kicking off at football. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just like a child. So, hopefully, and I mean it, hopefully, you come across this and, you know, don't knock it till you've tried it. Have a read, have a read, have a listen to what I'm saying, have the book with you if you can, just to back up what I'm saying, and you can always get in touch with me, hopefully. It's the first time I've done this on the phone. So I'm going to press this red square and see what happens.